Hello and welcome to my studio journal. Now back in 2022, I started to redesign my home studio, shifting from software to hardware for the first time. What began as a few videos for some curious students soon became an ongoing unfiltered record. Been 11 days of 8 to 12 hours of working on this. The reason why it's taking so long to put together isn't that it's such a complex studio. It's more or less that I kind of lost control a little bit and I kept on buying things that were outside of what I normally work with, and that caused more problems that had to be solved. The studio originally was set up just to deal with a digital audio workstation and a controller keyboard. A very small little setup. And then, of course, I started buying additional keyboards. And I never had them hooked up. I played around with them and I would insert them into things if I wanted to, but I'd never had the whole system hooked up at once. It has to be a multi-purpose room. Can't just use it as a studio, can't just use it as an office. We introduced a bunch of other things. Never used a patch bay before, never used outboard compressor before, which meant I had to get a different audio interface, which means I had to hook up things slightly different. So like noise floor never was an issue for me. So anyhow, trying to solve that is a little bit of a trick. Today I'm going to pull out the drum set, rewire behind there, make that look nice and clean if I can. I'm going to go around the entire studio, under all the desks, into all the cabinets and everything, just to make sure that any place that I can separate the audio cables from the power cables is going to happen. I want to get the USB hooked up. I want to test it out, see if all that works. Just get the general setup and the layout so everything is there. Take a look at the audio cables and then we'll move on to setting up some of this other stuff. It turns out that the interference on the Machine Plus was the unbalanced cables. When I swapped it out, I tried it. Those little artifacts went away. Now, those 4 cables that I went and got yesterday to hook up the new audio interface, which I got, those have been all used up by the Machine Plus. So I need to get 2 more cables, balanced cables for the compressor. I need to get 2 more extensions that run out of the patch bay so that the audio interface I'm using now with Machine Plus can actually make it. In addition to that, I still need to run 2 cords from the actual new audio interface to the speaker switch. So now it's a matter of testing out the Machine Plus, whether that patch bay actually will work. So I'm going to just hook something up via USB, try and sample it, and see kind of where it goes. Well, I don't think I'm going to be going to the store to get some more cords today because I want to figure this thing out first. So first off, when I plug these cords in, this, I don't know if you can hear it, but this is the sound I would get. That sound right there, that pleasant sound. Now, the thing is, I thought, okay, well, I'm going to put this box. I first plugged in the Korg Monologue. I had that awful sound, so then I used this box. It did absolutely nothing. So then I plugged in the Roland. And I plugged the Roland into this, and that awful sound still was there from the Korg. So then I used that box back there, the same one that's over here, and that sound, it's gone. It's fine. But then I plugged in the Modi X. Over here, guess what? Had that horrible sound again. So then I had to use one of those boxes which got rid of that sound again. So some of the instruments use them, some of them don't. When they're plugged into the USB, that's when the noise gets going. So it's really hard to figure out kind of what's happening. So far, I got the Modi X running, and I got, let's see here, if I turn up the machine, what's going to happen? Okay, I don't have any weird noise from the machine, but the machine's not hooked up USB, so that doesn't make a difference anyhow. So right now, the USB is hooked up to the Modi X, the Korg Monologue, and the Roland. So now I'm going to continue to hook up the USB to both the Mini Brute, the Mini Brute and Drum Brute, as well as the DeepMind 12, and see if I can still keep the signal this quiet, then I'm good. The problem is hooking up whether the Native Instruments machine is going to throw a monkey wrench into it. So this might look a little messy right now, but the MoDX Korg Monologue, Roland FA, and the Drum Brute, Mini Brute, DeepMind 12 are all hooked up now through USB. If you'd like to follow the full journey, check out my online studio journal linked in the description. Until next time, I'm just a music teacher having fun. Catch you on the next one.